Hi everyone, it's Lisa Brown with InkandInspirations.com, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And in this video we're going to be making this little thank you card using these beautiful products with the beautiful autumn bundle from the new mini catalog from Stampin' Up! This is August to December 2020, and it has a stamp set with 3 coordinating fall punches, and then it is from this beautiful suite of products that you can use for your fall crafting. The paper is beautiful. It is the Gilded Autumn Specialty paper, and there are ribbons, little acorns, and even some metallics that we'll be using in future products. So let's get started. For this project, you're going to need a mint macaron base cut at 4 1/4 by 11, okay? And then I have a piece of that Gilded Autumn Specialty paper cut 3 by 5 1/4. I have a piece of Cajun Craze cut 1 inch by 5 1/4, and another stripe from that Gilded Autumn that is cut 1 by 5 1/4. You'll also need some Very Vanilla cardstock for stamping, punching, and die cutting, and you'll also use a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of Very Vanilla for the inside of the card. Okay, let's get started. We can work on building up our base first. So I have this sheet 3 by 5 1/4, and I am going to put this little strip of Cajun Craze just peeking out beyond the edge there. Look at those pretty colors behind that. So let's see, I want it on this right side. So just a little bead of glue, our liquid glue, and then that liquid glue allows me to move this around a bit to get the width I want. It's about 1/4 inch, okay? Then I'm going to go ahead and attach that to the base of the card. So let's go ahead and use some more liquid glue and get that on over here toward the left hand side, leaving about 1/8 inch or so border. Okay, I want this border wider than this border, so this is about 1 inch wide over here. All right, so that's down. Now I have this strip, and I wanted to use all these colors that are in the designer paper, so I chose this pattern, and I'm going to come over about 1/2 inch from the edge of the designer paper and just put that down. Okay, and now I want to use the sentiment that's in this set, and I've already stamped and die cut it. It says, "My heart is grateful for you." Okay, you can see here the images and all these little leaves and acorns that you can use. So what the dies that I used for this were from the Stitch So Sweetly dies that I just love, okay? And so that's already cut out, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that down, and I want it extending beyond the Cajun Craze but touching each of the papers, each of the patterns, and the solid cardstock. So a little bit of liquid glue there, about 1/2 inch or so from the bottom, maybe a little more, just like that. Okay, so now I want to stamp some of these images from the stamp set. So first I have the little acorn here, and I have the little top on one side of the block and the bottom on the other side. I find that that's easy for me to do. I need some scrap paper, and I'm going to stamp the bottom and then stamp off, and then stamp here, and then do the top in crumb cake again, but not stamp off this time, and put the top on. Okay, that's a little low. Let me try that again. Okay, all right, there. Okay, So now I am going to take the outline image of the little acorn, and I'm going to use Early Espresso, which is a darker ink, but it's also in the designer paper, and I'm going to stamp over top. Okay, now let's do one of the leaves. I'm going to use Cajun Craze ink and get this maple leaf, and I'm going to stamp the solid leaf and stamp off, and then stamp on my cardstock, and then the outline. Oh, I didn't want to stamp off on that one. I want the dark over this lighter. Okay, look at that. Love that. Okay, now let's use Mint Macaron, which is the green in this paper, and we'll be using this other leaf. I think that's an elm. I'm not sure. Okay, so we're going to stamp off with the solid leaf. Then it looks like I got uneven stamping, so let me get, there we go. Okay, and then the outline. This time I'm not going to stamp off, and stamp over top. Okay, now we get to do some punching, and let's see, let's take this one first. It's a set of 3 of these smaller punches that come with this, and the designer paper has prints that you can use the punches on as well. Super cool. Okay, so here's the acorn. And I think I want to stamp another leaf. I don't know that 3 little punches is enough for what I need. So okay, let's try this. Cajun Craze, stamp off, stamp, then the outline, and direct, full strength. Now, let's do that so we'll have 4 little images that we can work with. Okay. All right, so now here we have these, and let's get our, okay, so I'm going to put this here. All right, let me go ahead and adhere those down. I know I want those maple leaves at the bottom, so let's go ahead and put this leaf and then the acorn here. That might be an oak leaf. Red oak, white oak. It's pretty. We'll call it pretty leaf. All right, I'm going to come down here with this one, and then come in this corner with this one. Okay, then I'm going to take some of the Gilded Gems, and then take your pick tool, and I'm just going to use these smaller ones and kind of just scatter these a bit. Whoops, that one slid a little much. Okay, there we go. Now for the inside, I already have that stamped and ready to go. I stamped the thank you with these little blowing leaves and the little maple leaf in there. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that on the inside. You can see I recycled this piece. Okay, there we go. And then I took a 2.5 inch by 6 inch piece of this stripe and put it over that flat, cut out around it so I'd have a coordinating envelope. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Be sure you click subscribe to subscribe and you won't miss any of my videos. Visit my website at inkandinspirations.com and let me know how I can help you. Take care. Bye-bye.